Hello, my name is Jason Leahy, Executive Director of the Illinois Principals Association. Thank you for joining me for this IPA talk. We've got a return guest, Maureen LaRiviere with College Board. Maureen, this might be our third. I was trying to think through how many of these we've done, but appreciate you spending a little time with me.
It is. Thank you, Jason, for having me today. I'm excited to meet with you again and discuss updates to our BigFuture Scholarship platform and tools for students that they can use for college and career searches.
Yeah, you bet. Well, we're grateful for our collaboration with College Board. Obviously, it's important on a variety of levels when we look at the work that you do with AP and, of course, with the SAT and PSAT and everything else in between. So it's pretty critical for us to hear from you. So let's just not mince words, Maureen. Let's just get right to it. What do we got going on here?
Sure
right now?
thing. So today I wanted to highlight the option of utilizing the BigFuture platform with students within their College Board account. BigFuture is essentially a free, comprehensive digital guide that students can use to navigate their planning for life after high school. The beauty of it is that BigFuture is now housed under one tool within students' College Board account. So it also makes it not only easy for counselors, caring educators, but also parents and families to sit down with students and look at the BigFuture tool comprehensively, and quite frankly, help students think about the ways in which they engage in exactly what you said, AP, PSAT, and SAT components, and now bringing it full circle with BigFuture. So what I'll start with, Jason, is that previously BigFuture did live somewhat independently and almost in a nomadic fashion in students' accounts. Students needed to access their, for example, college search, scholarship search in a different way within their accounts, and even access our Career Finder platform separately within their account. And now what we've done is really given the platform a facelift. And so in that regard, students are able to not only navigate to 3 specific sections within their College Board account, specifically within BigFuture, but they're also able to opt into and participate in the BigFuture Scholarship Program. So I'll talk about that after I review the 3 new components to BigFuture and a little bit more about each one of those sections.
Perfect.
So
what it looks like I'm looking at here, Maureen, is students are going to be able to go to one place and get access to everything then, correct?
That's right. And that was the feedback that we were receiving from counselors who were supporting students, but also just students themselves, because what they found is trying to navigate to different links within their College Board account just caused more confusion and a little bit of frustration. And so in thinking about how best to serve students who want to explore careers in tandem with how that impacts their plans for college and just quite frankly, plans after high school, we've brought all of those 3 components together, coupled with also paying for college and other post-secondary opportunities that students can search for within their accounts.
Yeah, that's terrific. Great.
Absolutely. And then you'll see too, those scholarships listed there. I'll explain those in more depth and how they connect to these 3 sections. So first, the BigFuture experience, clean and just very easy to access. So students can either use their College Board account and go directly to the student login page, or they can just go to bigfuture.org and they log in with their College Board credentials, and they'll be taken directly to the platform. Why I use this slide, Jason, is because if students do want to look at this on a desktop with, let's say, with their counselors while they're sitting together, perhaps even with their parents and families and discussing next steps after high school, it's easy to view on a desktop. But the experience that we know for most students that they'll be using are their cell phones, and it's a very mobile-friendly view as well, which again was some of the feedback that we've received from our previous iteration of BigFuture and all the different ways in which students had to access the tools within their College Board account. So what I'll do now, Jason, is I will explain the 3 sections that students can access within their BigFuture, within the BigFuture tool. So first, the Plan for College section. And that's when students log in, they are able to see their college search tab. And essentially, they're able to build their own personal profile. So I'll start with that. And when they build their profile and save that to BigFuture, that information carries over to the Plan for College section, Paying for College, as well as to the career pieces. So when they indicate their GPA, they indicate interests and skills that they want to ensure that they're reflecting when they are looking at colleges and other career options that they want to search for. They're able to do that within their account. So then as students look more closely at the colleges they're interested in, they can search for schools. And we're always asked, well, in what order are the schools listed? By default, they are first listed in the order of their graduation rate. Then students can also interact and watch videos of real students from those universities talking about their on-campus experience. And that's what we've done in partnership with Campus Real. And then lastly, as I said before, when students create those preferences and indicate that within their account, they can use that to conduct their personalized college search. And then if perhaps their interests change in terms of the type of college they want to attend, maybe a life event occurs and they have to stay local rather than going away for college, they can go in and update those preferences and continue to use the tool to search for colleges and profiles within BigFuture.
So Maureen, as I'm sitting here looking at this, is really sophisticated and pretty terrific. But one of the questions I've got, because kids have a variety of reasons for why they maybe will choose the colleges or universities that they do. Cost could be a factor, location, geography in relationship to family, maybe friends that are attending, whatever that might be. So one of the things I'm curious about is could a student kind of start in reverse, which may feel like it should be the first thing they start with, which is, I have a career or a couple of different careers I'm thinking about, and I put those options in. Can they start there, and then can it drill down to which colleges might be best suited for those students based on career choice?
So Jason, yes, the short answer is it's actually recommended, and you'll see this when we discuss the BigFuture scholarships and the updates and changes we've made to within those. We actually recommend that students go in and begin their career search and generate their career list first. So when they do that within their BigFuture account, they start to have that idea of, aside from just the college, the tangible next step and that after graduation, they're able to first think about short-term and long-term, what's the careers that they're interested in, and then identify that within the BigFuture account. And I think, to your point, Jason, that puts the mindset of the student not just on a next step of potentially college, but beyond that as more what are they interested in doing long-term.
Yeah, that's terrific. Great.
Yeah. So then let's go to paying for college. And within paying for college, so this is the second of the three sections that students will see within their College Board account. And now we've been able to bring in-house different scholarship opportunities that students can search for that are not College Board directly related, but then also our BigFuture scholarships. And so within the system, students are able to, again, use that personal preference section within their profile, indicate information, including their grade level, their desired degree level, their GPA, whether they'd like to attend full-time or part-time. And then there's other components too that they'll be able to indicate after the first scholarships load within their account. Then they're able to add additional filters to determine if there are more that perhaps match their demographics, the area in which they live, geographic information, and so forth. So this piece I'm really excited about because, again, navigating the scholarship route with students and parents is obviously very complex. There are so many scholarship websites and places for students to navigate, but when it's in their College Board account, then all of that personal information is saved in order to build out their profile of interested scholarships.
So how are you curating all of the various scholarships that are out there? I mean, do potential scholarship organizations or those that want to provide them, do they have a place that they go to College Board in order to submit those? Is that how? And then they would, help put in the information that's needed so that that can be filtered. And by the way, that is awesome. As a person with, I got one in college now. She pretty well took care of herself, done a superb job, both academically and athletically. But I got a junior, a freshman, a seventh grader, and a fifth grader yet to come. So, I'm definitely going to be tapping into this resource. This is really well done. But I'm curious, back with those that are giving scholarships, what do they need to do to make sure they're connected with this database?
It's a great question, Jason. And for many of the scholarship partners that we had originally worked with and that were housed within the version 1 of BigFuture, there's certain parameters that scholarship organizations must meet. And so they work directly with what is now called our BigFuture team in order to be eligible to be a part of College Board's pool for the scholarship section. And I can always follow up too with more information on that, but there's definitely a process in which scholarship organizations are eligible to be visible to students within our platform.
Yeah, this is great. I'm just hopeful that it gets more scholarships being earned, because unfortunately, millions of dollars is left on the table every year.
That's right. That's right. And with an organized place, Jason, for students to be able to access this, come back to it, and then understand what are the next steps to follow through with the final scholarship applications. Right. That's one of the key steps too students can, keep track of by using this tool as well.
Yeah.
All right. And then the third component that you actually started off with in discussing with careers is, we know at the end of the day, one opportunity after high school is obviously college, whether that is an associate's degree or a full bachelor's. But what drives that at the end of the day is ensuring that all students have that opportunity to express what do they want to do in life? What is it that is of most interest to them? And how can they identify that within their account to help them focus on not only helping them determine courses they need for specific majors, but then also how does this work in tandem with understanding what does it take to be successful in moving towards that career? And that there might be other smaller, incremental career steps that need to occur before becoming what they really want to be as they move into adulthood. So for example, Jason, when students go in to the career search platform, they're able to, again, indicate their interests, specific skills that they feel that strongly indicate what they'd like to do as adults, but that they're also able to connect specifically to local labor market data. This is a game changer because students can indicate not only the zip code in which they live, but then if they want to be, for example, in this case, a respiratory therapist, what is that essentially expected median yearly income in their area? So that students understand, if I live in this area of Illinois, this is what I'm expected to earn, but that also thinking about the context in which they might be living. And so that information is relatively new within our platform, and that was just added in late last year. So this really is the opportunity, Jason, to realistically have students think about, what do I want to do? What are the steps to get there? But what is the income and expected job growth in my area that I live? Or, Jason, they can select another area. So let's say they want to move to another state. They can also select that as well.
Another thought here, Maureen, is as we're dealing with things like college debt, one of the things that maybe for future iterations for College Board here, sorry, I'm kind of hitting you with this on the fly, but I want to speak it out as I'm thinking about it, is a great thing to connect, I think, for young people is looking at that median yearly income and going, all right, that's what I'm going to earn. If I get it from this institution, it's going to cost me this kind of money, and I'm going to have potential X amount of debt. Is it going to be worth for me to be doing that? I mean, unfortunately, we got to be in a position to start connecting dots like that for them. So anyway, just kind of a thought on the fly here.
Jason, I appreciate that feedback and that thought. And also, I think then that can lead to some more overt connections between coming back to the scholarship section and paying for college. How do those things work in tandem, and understanding what you may be eligible for, your expected family contribution, or if loans are needed, what potentially does that mean based on an expected median income? So, yeah,
it's powerful.
I will take that
Powerful
back.
stuff. You bet.
All right. So now we will circle over to the BigFuture Scholarship Program. So as students are navigating those three components of the BigFuture tool, an overlay to that are the 6 scholarships that students can be eligible for. So there's a few things I'm just very excited to share about the BigFuture Scholarship Program. And one is that we will now include sophomores to be part of the qualification pool for the BigFuture Scholarship Program. So essentially, starting just this December, we expanded the invitation for sophomores to also be able to participate in the BigFuture program, whereas historically it was just juniors and seniors. And then, Jason, as I referred to before, our new step within the scholarship program is Start Your Career List. So students will see that when they log in, it'll be one of the first cards that they can complete to become eligible for one of the scholarships. And then a slight change from, and I think, Jason, when we were talking about the previous IPA talks, one of mine did highlight the College Board Opportunity Scholarships. Right. And since then, we've transitioned that program to BigFuture. And the change is that from only awarding a certain number of $40,000 scholarships at the end of a student's journey in the scholarship program, now we actually award 2 $40,000 scholarships per month. And that way it opens up the pool to students to really think about, if I complete this career list, I could be eligible for a $500 award or a $40,000 award. So every step rather that a student takes and completes, and then it's visible to the student within their BigFuture account, does deem them eligible for the $40,000 or the $500. And then the other piece here that I want to just highlight and share are the 6 actual steps. These are low lift, high impact ways in which students can, again, log into their account. It's very visible in terms of to the student whether or not they've completed a step, and then what the deadlines and what makes them eligible in terms of completing the components within each step. One piece that I do want to highlight here is around completing the FAFSA. And so if a student is not eligible to complete the FAFSA and attest to completing whether a state's alternative or attest to that they're not eligible, they are still eligible for the scholarship. It's one of the frequent questions I received, so I did want to call that out. But you can see here, there's still time for students to do this. And to your point, Jason, around maybe a student experiences either a different life event or a change in their interest and career, they can always go back and adjust the career list, the college list, and so forth. So there's the option to make those changes as well. The other biggest news I did want to share is that last year we did have a $40,000 scholarship winner in Illinois. Will received the $40,000 scholarship and was actually surprised at his school in Winnebago. My team and I were there, and his family knew. We worked ahead with his family and the administrators of Winnebago and his counselor, but he was completely surprised. But what did Will do? He completed all 6 steps. And then he was able to, let me say he completed 1 out of the 6 steps, build your college list. We know he completed others, but he won the award simply for doing that 1 step, wow. Build your college list. That's so awesome. We are so excited for Will and his family, and it was just an amazing experience. So
that's terrific.
So with that, Jason, just some last other items for our administrators to think about what else can be done with students in terms of BigFuture. I'll just close with students can also be BigFuture ambassadors. They can sign up through BigFuture and elect to be an ambassador on behalf of the program, and then also work to provide updates to their other friends at school, and also give feedback to BigFuture directly to folks who build the platform so that they're hearing from students directly. So essentially, students can just visit bigfuture.org. They're able to sign in and explore those tabs within their BigFuture account.
Great. Good stuff, Maureen. College Board's always moving forward.
Thank you, Jason.
New things to work with, new opportunities for young people. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And I really appreciate the opportunity to share information on Big Future, and hoping that administrators can also work with counselors and other folks at school to disseminate the information.
You bet. So, obviously for high school leaders and their assessment folks, they're already turning their attention to the spring administration for testing and things. Just real quick, Maureen, any quick thoughts, just quick reminders for people as they're starting to get their head around that for this year coming?
Sure, absolutely. We know that while it's January, the first SAT administration is held in March, and then the full window for April is open to PSAT 8-9, PSAT 10, and then the other primary April SAT school date along with the makeup. We thank our test coordinators and SSD coordinators for their endless work in preparing for the last paper pencil administration of the PSAT
Wow.
and SAT assessment. So more to come.
Bound to happen, right? It was
bound to happen.
Yeah.
Yes. So more to come on that transition, and we are just excited to continue working with our Illinois schools as they prepare for the first fall digital administration of our PSAT assessments.
Great. Well, Maureen, thanks for being with me. Appreciate it. Always good to hear from you and College Board.
Absolutely. And thank you for all the work you do with Illinois principals.
Yeah, you bet. Well, again, Maureen LaRiviere with College Board with me. My name is Jason Leahy, Executive Director here at IPA. As always, if there's anything the association can do for you, don't hesitate to give us a call or check us out on the web at ilprincipals.org. Take care.